Pale, my son. Look, some good news. Hold on. Pale? Yes, that's right. Boy, SAT has something called, hold on, Pale. Look, talk, SAT is having a special for this independence season, and you need to get connected to enjoy the benefits. It's called Pale. Once you set up and connected with SAT, you can talk to your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, stepmother, stepbrother, stepsister, the whole step. Pale is so sweet with your connection to SAT telecoms, and especially when you get your internet connection, no hidden fees, no hidden charges. You get free SAT to SAT telephone connection. You also get free installation, and you get no charges on your talk time. And you get your telephone for free. Oh, baka pay boy, you know ye. Pale, baka do. So you have at home your TV, SAT TV. You have your internet, SAT internet. And now, phone. Look at pale. All your talk is sweet. Hello. Take advantage of one of SAT's 5 internet packages in our Pale specials. You can get the Breezy, the Warm-Up, the Maverick, the Jetstream, and the Warp Drive. Don't forget the Pale. These packages starting at $28.75. Pale. Yeah, don't forget from SAT. This independence season, don't forget it's happening at SAT. Pale. Festival, c'est manger. Tout le monde, manger. Mais SAT, c'est Pale. Yep, Pale. Yes.
Good evening, I am Nisha Charles.
And I am Desmond Joseph.
And we are your presenters for today. Thank you for joining us for SAT TV News. Among the major developments, more Dominicans to benefit from new hotel being constructed.
Guyana President pays official visit to Cuba.
Angela Merkel calls for national budget veto.
And in sports, local football official will leave this island to officiate a regional competition in Guadeloupe.
Details of these and other stories after the break.
Thank you for staying with us. Now for the details of the news. Head of Plant Protection and Quarantine Services, Mr. Ryan Anthem says, since the introduction of Black Sigatoka in July of this year, the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry has implemented an integration strategy.
That strategy includes the 3 basic principles, which is sanitation, nutrition, and application of a fungicide. We are also pursuing vigorously a quarantine procedure to prevent and contain the movement of material, to prevent trash leafing material from one area to another, that is an infested area to a non-infested area.
Mr. Anthem stated that the Ministry of Agriculture is also working with various organizations and research institutions.
Organizations such as FAO, ICA, CADI, and CARICOM in the fight against Black Sigatoka. It is important to note that Black Sigatoka is a leaf disease which principally affects the fruits, give you pre-ripening of the fruits, bad quality fruits, and thus affecting production and yields and the economy of the country in terms of export earnings.
He says through the implementation plan, they have successfully spread a fungicide to approximately 2 acres of plantains and bananas. In addition, Mr. Anthem is advising the farmers to continue the vigorous program in terms of sanitation.
In terms of our trading partners, Antigua, Montserrat, and St. Kitts and Nevis recently notified us of the concern re Black Sigatoka disease. We have engaged and negotiated with Antigua, St. Kitts and Nevis, and we are in the process of negotiating vigorously with Montserrat.
Mr. Ansem noted that presently our plantains and bananas meet the requirements for Antigua, St. Kitts and St. Martin market. He says they are also in the process of developing a code of conduct for the exportation of plantains.
And that we've been getting assistance from the Bureau of Standards and ICA to develop that document. That document is 90% complete. It is in draft stage, and we anticipate that that document will assist us in developing standard for the export of plantains to our trading partners in the region.
Mr. Ansem added that because of black sigatoka's aggressiveness, it will take more resources to manage it. However, he says he's confident with the farmers of Dominica to do the necessary cultural practices.
The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture have launched a UNIFEM project for the empowerment of the agricultural women movement in the production and processing of onions and sorrel. The launching took place at the Winter Park Sports Stadium on Wednesday, October 17, 2012. President of the Dominican National Council of Women, Ms. Josephine Dublin Prince, is calling for greater recognition and support of the invaluable contribution of rural women to our economy.
The Dominican National Council of Women has always been at the forefront of creating the opportunities for the empowerment of its general membership, the majority of whom are located in the rural communities. With organizations such as AICA, through the Ministry of Agriculture, we have given our women farmers the opportunity to be exposed to practical skills, not only in agriculture, but also in organizational development, as we realize that there is tremendous power through cooperatives and team effort.
With the help of the IICA specialist, Mr. Kent Coppell, the rural women have been successful with the first phase of the production of onions, and the second phase will soon commence.
It is important to note that phase 1 of the onion project was treated mainly as a pilot and demonstration learning project for the first-time onion producers, and the expansion and implementation strategy to be employed in the phase 2 are founded on lessons learned in the phase 1 of the project.
The budgetary allocation for the project is $87,000. The network of women in agriculture in Dominica is being operated under the DNCW. The project serves to address several macro, social and economic conditions in Dominica which negatively impact the standards of living of women in general and women farmers and agricultural workers.
The project's major objective is the creation of employment, the creation of income, and thus an improved livelihood of the women involved in the project. The project also geared towards national effort aimed at correcting the national trade imbalance. This morning we heard about the trade imbalance and the amount of dollars that we spend importing foods, some of which we can grow here.
Ms. Octavia Hunter, president of the Agricultural Women Movement, hopes the project plays a part in eradicating hunger and poverty in Dominica. She says it is one of the diversification efforts in employing women farmers in the country. She says they have had a number of hindrances and delays in the first phase of the project.
We planted out of season and we had a little hard time with the sun and so on. Soil suitability and tearing, lack of water. We had a problem for water, and without water the onions cannot really do well. And lack of technical knowledge. Despite the delay, a subgroup of 10 women from Benz, Calabishi, Wesley, and Marigot undertake the trial and was successful.
Women from the community of Benz, Calabishi, Wesley, and Marigot took part in the project.
I hope I don't get flack from,
And in more local news, promoter and advertiser Mr. Chester Wilkins says the online store is an opportunity to further promote and brand the World Creole Music Festival, WCMF, on an international scale. He says it is also a chance to offer customers quality products, as it would be a memorable experience.
It's an online format that's available international. Anyone from anywhere in the world can browse through the product, make a purchase, and represent Dominica Festival worldwide. The World Creole Music Festival store can be adapted to different forms of languages. French, Spanish, German, English, and more. And preference, we don't really have no preference, but preference for customers in the Europe, North America, Asia, and Latin America.
He says this will put Dominica's World Creole Music Festival on an international scale. Products are also shipped to countries across the globe.
Each product is branded with the festival or an independence image from the Music Anew, which is the theme for this year, Music Anew. Dancing musicians on the t-shirts to Madrais, which is the Dominica national clothwear. Again, on t-shirts, printed notebooks, binders. Actually, the World Creole Music Festival store has over 400 products plus. So now Dominicans far and abroad has an opportunity to buy the brand, which is, I call them the dancing men or the dancing people.
He added that since technology has been growing quickly, they are using it as a tool for WCMF where they could track the sales, determine people's locations, and also use it as sponsorship. Mr. Wilkins says that since they are in the second year of the contract with the government for WCMF, branding is essential.
So branding is another way of protecting the image of the festival and also helping the festival grow with other major sponsors. So the brand is really, it's like protecting your copyright. So this year, World 16th, Sweet 16th, our concern is really on the brand. Because without the right brand or without cross-promotion or other branding, the festival really will not be really protected out there in this world. So branding is a very important thing for this year's festival and for the rest to come.
He noted that his main expectation is to have WCMF logo protected, and he wants the brand to represent Dominica on the highest level possible.
The Dominica State College has been working with Wheelock College based in Boston to bring new academic opportunities for the students at the State College. They have been working together for the past year and have signed a memorandum of understanding that opened up an avenue to explore a number of initiatives, including a baccalaureate completion degree on top of the associate degree in early childhood education. Ms. Linda Davis, Dean of the International Programs and Partnerships at Wheelock College, says she believes that they are now poised to implement the program.
It would be a jointly offered program. It would be, though, a Wheelock conferred degree, but worked through Dominica Community College and in collaboration with them, using local faculty, and of course building on the actual needs in the sector.
Their mission is to improve the lives of children and families globally. The Ministry of Education is very excited about the initiative, which will improve the early childhood education sector in Dominica.
The work that we are doing with Dominica State College aligns with the government mission. I think you might be aware that the ministry has recently implemented a 5-school pilot program that really focuses on expanding and enhancing the early childhood development sector. And so our work with Dominica State College would really provide the trained practitioners and leaders, principals, as they expand that project to ensure the greatest success.
Chairperson of the Early Childhood Education Department at Wheelock College, Ms. Cheryl Renda Brown, noted that the outcome for the young children is always enhanced when teachers who achieve degrees like the associate degree and go on to further their education.
In addition, I think an exciting piece for Wheelock is that each time we go into another part of the world, we're expanding on our mission. It is informing to faculty who come and teach because it gives us a broadened lens, and we go back into our classrooms locally and work with teachers in the States, and it gives them, we are trying to prepare them to deal with the diversity of children who come from all over the world into childcare and education settings in the United States for wherever they teach, and many of them are from diverse backgrounds and also end up in places all over the world.
The idea of working with faculty in Dominica is very exciting for them at Wheelock College. They work with faculty in Bermuda and the Bahamas. Ms. Beverly LeBlanc is the coordinator of the Early Childhood Education Program at the Dominica State College. Over the years, a lot of work has been put into the early childhood education program in Dominica, and she is happy that now the teachers will be recognized for their qualifications.
The program started at the Dominica State College in 2007 as a pilot program, and we have taken it from certificate to associate degree, and now we are taking it to the highest, the high level, next level, and really the next level in a bachelor's program. The early childhood educators which did the program, they were very committed, and they are even more committed to complete the program right now, and are very excited for that program when it starts.
The government initiated universal access to early childhood education, and the DAC does not only want it to be accessible, but one of quality, and to train the educators to deliver quality programs to the students. The initiative is still in its exploration stages.
And in more local news, Thursday, October 18th marked the official launching of Carry FM 18th anniversary. Today brought joy to them as a radio station for the years they have provided quality service to their listeners. Representative from the Ministry of Health, Mrs. Alestina James, congratulated Carry FM for achieving 18 years of broadcasting. Mrs. James says the Ministry of Health have been partnering with them from the beginning. As part of Carry FM celebrations, they will be hosting a survival walk which will begin from Canefield to Portsmouth under the theme, A Greener Dominica for Healthier People. Mrs. James, however, chose to focus on the healthier aspect.
Chronic non-communicable disease, which include cancers, heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure, are now described as an epidemic in the Caribbean region and are the main causes of illness and death in our population. This has created reasons for concern within the Ministry of Health. This concern is also based on the evidence that the risk factors attributable to development of chronic non-communicable diseases are prevalent in Dominica. And some of these risk factors are obesity, low physical activity.
The National Bank of Dominica, NBD, donated $3,500 towards Carry FM Survival Walk. Marketing representative Ms. Amanda Scotland mentioned that they have had over 40 staff members who participated in the previous walks.
We walked from Roseau to Soufriere, and we are really looking forward to walking with you again. Our partnership with Carry isn't just about our staff enjoying Dominica and doing what they love. It is about the health of our customers and our community members. It is about sharing this moment with our customers and communities where we can appreciate the beauty of Dominica as we walk by. A lot of times we drive by and we do not get to appreciate the environment or the scenes that the scenic grid that we pass. So it's really nice to be able to walk and be able to take it all in.
Representative from Discover Authority, Ms. Liz Coffey, stated that they are always passionate about such activities.
From a Discover Dominica Authority standpoint, we endorse Carry's effort in organizing the Carry FM Survival Walk Part 2 with the theme of Greener Dominica for Healthier People. Health and wellness forms an important part of the offering that the destination offers to visitors, and the Discover Dominica Authority is pleased to be part of this activity. The event also ties in perfectly with the Discover Dominica Authority's program, since we have just launched the Health and Wellness Video.
Member of the Environmental Coordinating Unit, Mr. Bradley Guy, singled out the efforts of the Dominica Scout, who he says made a great difference in helping people who were not able to continue. Mr. Guy assures the public that this year will not be any different.
So this year is no different. We at the Environmental Coordinating Unit, we are always passionate about how the persons approach, the environment, and their health. I be Ozone Officer for Dominica presently, while we embark in helping to correct the effects that have been caused in destroying the delicate ozone layer. We know that for sure effects are drastic to humankind.
On behalf of the Cancer Association, Mrs. Vina Royes shared her appreciation with Carry FM, who will be donating $5 from every registration to the Cancer Association.
Just 2 weekends ago, we had a very successful cancer walk where over 500 persons walked. So we are accustomed to walking, and we promise that we will be there in full force. Mr. Charles.
We are really grateful that you have considered us as one of your recipients to receive the benefit. As you know, cancer is a very expensive venture for those who have to go through the therapy. And so we are really grateful that you have considered us as one of your recipients.
As part of their contributions towards the independent seasons, Crazy Coconuts will be hosting Creole in the Yard every evening after Creole in the Park, where a different band will perform. On Friday evening, Triple K will close the event with what is expected to be the highlight of Creole in the Yard.
Work on the 65-room resort facility in the town of Portsmouth is going smoothly and on schedule as indicated by Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit. At a site visit to the facility on Wednesday, October 17th, Mr. Skerrit pointed out that the resort, which is being funded by the Moroccan government, includes a spa in addition to all other amenities a resort would have. Mr. Skerrit says that situated at the base of the Cabritz National Park, this resort has some of the best views in the world and is being constructed to both national and international requirements. He is thankful to the Moroccan government for this grateful gift.
Now, this is a multi-million-dollar facility, completely financed by the Moroccan government. It will be a turnkey project, which means that once the project is completed next year, October, we will be in a position to receive guests immediately. We will have a fully furnished facility. We'll also have a conference center, which I believe will seat about 200 people comfortably to have any conference. And you know this has been a major concern for Dominica. And that's why we took a deliberate decision in the design of the hotel to have this conference center at this hotel.
With the cruise ship berth next door, the hotel will feature duty-free shops for the tourists, craft shops so locals can sell their products, and the spa will also be open to the public so they can take advantage of its benefits. Presently, this project has provided employment for over 49 Dominicans on a full-time basis, and additional steel benders are being recruited in an effort to speed up the work. Mr. Skerrit says that when completed, this hotel will provide at least 100 new jobs on a full-time basis based on the various services the hotel will provide, such as the spa, gym management, and security personnel, among others.
Now, this is just the first phase of the government's thrust towards implementing a plan that has been in existence for the last 42 years. With the construction of the hotel, we are in discussions with some people who are interested in constructing the marina. And we believe that if we can get the marina constructed, then that would certainly leapfrog ports of an entire country insofar as taking advantage of the tremendous opportunities which exist in Portsmouth because of its topography, because of its scenery, and what it has to offer there. And of course, we tie this with the Cabritz development, what Dr. Lennox Honeychurch has been doing over the last few years. And Dr. Honeychurch will tell you, it is the first government that has used its own resources, to seek to restore this very important national treasure.
Parliamentary representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Honorable Reginald Austrie, says Dominica did not have to give up anything for such a generous project. He is excited about seeing many persons from his constituency employed during the construction phase. Mr. Austrie added that with the vision of the Prime Minister, Portsmouth, which is regarded as a sleeping giant, will be developed to its full potential so Dominicans and visitors alike will benefit.
But with all these projects taking place, the new water supply, the new fisheries complex, we already had Ross University, add the Cabritz to it, now we have that hotel. The signs are very, very clear that Portsmouth is in fact beginning to take off in a way that it will never look back, because once the hotel is complete and people start coming, then there's no reversing the trend in Portsmouth. It also means too, well, we talk about the ancillary services, the farmers or area, basically agriculture, but it will also give us a very good facelift on the entrance to the Cabritz, and that's again in Lago. And I can tell you right now that funds have been approved for the drainage of Lago. As you know, Lago is below the level of the sea, and we have some serious drainage and mosquito problems in Lago. And $250,000 have already been committed to the repairs and renovation and improvement to the drainage system. And following that, we'll have a complete resurfacing of the entire Lago Road from Rosie Douglas right here to the Car Bridge.
Mr. Austry said that the communities of Lagon, Tukari, Portsmouth and other surroundings will all benefit from this facility. Ministry of Tourism and Legal Affairs Honorable Ian Douglas says this hotel will be a major contribution to the tourism industry and the hotel plant in Dominica. He said that to complete on a regional level, local hotels need to have the high-level rooms that attract foreigners. This is what this hotel will do for Dominica.
On the other side of things too, it will also boost the touring sector and the cruise ship sector, because the bottom floor of the hotel will be a duty-free complex, like the Prime Minister said, with craft and other duty-free items. Because Dominica, although we are very popular as a touring destination, people come for the Trafalgar Falls, the Emerald Pool, that sort of thing. But if we put the duty-free complex, that will add to our cruise ship appeal, and so the whole thrust for more ships to be coming into the Car Bridge cruise ship berth, really, the hotel will add to that. Also, you know that we have a developing yachting sector right here in the Prince Rupert's Bay, and in season between the month of October to April, we have on average 60-70 yachts per day, and so they will be able to use the ground floor facilities for their shopping and that sort of thing. So, and also too, the sustainable jobs that will be created, the permanent jobs that will be created in this area is a boost for the economic activity that will be generated, like the PM quite rightly said did.
Mr. Douglas says that the fresh fruits and vegetables, in addition to fish used by the hotel, will be purchased from locals, and this will provide a lot of indirect jobs for many Dominicans, which in turn will generate more economic activity. The resort has a completion date of October 2013 and will sit on 4.5 acres.
In more local news, under the theme Agricultural Cooperatives Key to Feeding the World, the Ministry of Agriculture held its World Food Day award ceremony on Wednesday, October 17th. World Food Day was recognized on October 16th, but the ministry says the matter of food is greater than just one day, and this is why there were activities running throughout the week. Honorable Ivor Stevenson, who represents the Minister for Agriculture and Forestry, says World Food Day is intended to heighten awareness of the plight of the world's hungry and malnourished, and to encourage people to take action against hunger.
This theme was chosen to highlight the many concrete ways in which agricultural cooperatives and producer organizations help to provide food security, generate employment, contribute to eradication of hunger, and lift people out of poverty.
The FAO reports that nearly 1 in 7 people suffer from undernourishment, despite the fact that the world has the means to eliminate hunger and fuel sustainable development.
There is broad agreement that small farmers will provide much of the extra food needed to feed more than 9 billion people by 2050. This is particularly significant for small developing states like Dominica, where the farming system is dominated by small farmers.
Mr. Stevenson says one of the necessary steps to achieving food security is to support and invest the cooperatives and other rural institutions. Numerous success stories around the world have shown that rural institutions like producer organizations and cooperatives contribute to food security by helping small farmers and fisherfolk to access information, tools, and services they need.
In Dominica, we too have our success stories of cooperatives and farmer groups, and have withstood many challenges over the years. As in the case in Dominica, most small producers in developing countries face numerous difficulties, which include access to labor, high quality inputs, access to credit, transportation, or the lack of farm or off-farm infrastructure in rural areas.
Some of the groups and organizations involved in agriculture have been selected to receive recognition for their sterling contribution to the agricultural landscape in Dominica. A few of the awardees for World Food Day 2012 are Nature Island Pineapple Producers Association Limited, Dominica 4-H Club, Dominica National Council of Women, and Dominica Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative Society Limited.
And in court, one man can consider himself very lucky as he was sentenced to only 1 year in prison for a charge that carried a maximum jail term of 7 years or a fine of $10,000 under the Small Charges Act. 39-year-old John Green of Granby pled guilty to the charge of theft, where he stole 1 vehicle radiator, 1 vehicle starter and fuse box, and 1 Nissan engine with a total value of $5,000, all belonging to Mr. James Andrew. According to the facts of the case read by Police Prosecutor Inspector Claude Weeks on Monday, October 15, 2012, at about 10:30 p.m., Mr. Andrew was walking home when he spotted a light near his Nissan vehicle, which was parked near his home for months. Upon closer inspection, the light went out, but he noticed that the defendant leaving the area, so he checked his vehicle and saw nothing was missing. However, the following day, Mr. Andrew noticed that the engine of his vehicle was on the ground next to the vehicle when the night before it was in the engine bay. During his investigation to find out what was going on, he received certain information from his neighbor and then made a report to the police. When Mr. Green was confronted about the report, he told the officer he did not steal the engine. However, upon further questioning, he admitted that he needed the engine to fix a generator he has in Roseau. He added that he looked for the owner to tell him, but he did not find him. He was cautioned and arrested. In mitigation, Mr. Green pointed out that he did not see any of the other items stolen in the vehicle, and all he removed was the engine, but he is willing to pay for all the items as he has 2 jobs. Magistrate Evelyn Baptist, before sentencing the repeat offender, stated that the prevalence of theft in society is too high and the public is fed up. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.